I love the BBC.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. I'm your host of cultural commentator, Chase the Dark Sage, here with my co-host,
T.
And we're back with another episode of Hip Hop Business because we are the one show on YouTube that actually talks about the music on a consistent basis. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video if you haven't already. Show your free support within the comment section. Comment anything to help boost us within the algorithm. As usual, timestamps will be in the description down below, along with our social media links. And also, we have the show Let's Have a Conversation, Dark Sages Interlude, which are exclusive shows on the YouTube itself. So you definitely want to make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel itself. And in today's show topic / docket, we have a good amount of albums coming out, like a Ransom and DJ Premier album, AZ potentially dropping Do or Die 3 this year. We also are going to be talking about Versus coming back. And is Kendrick Lamar the North Star, and potentially the Mobb Deep album since Infinite. Yeah, it's called Infinite, right?
Infinite, yeah.
Okay, I'd be wanting to call it Infinity so bad. But yeah, we are going to be potentially talking about that as usual, because like I said before, we do talk about the music. But before we get into today's show, B, how have you been since the last episode?
I've been good, man. My Longhorns yesterday, great performance. We won that boy. Stumped out Oklahoma. They ain't scored on us in 2 years, man. Like a touchdown, actual touchdown. It's an amazing game. I was so hyped, B. I wish I was there now at the Cotton Bowl myself, but I had to watch it from the living room. Went and got some Wingstop. Wife made up some queso. You know what I'm saying? Had little veggie sticks on the side. I had a good Saturday, B. I was locked in on college football, like heavy. I want to give a shout out to Arch Manning. You had a really great performance, bro. I've been giving you heat every day on here, you know what I'm saying? But you did pretty good. And shout out to our running back, killed it, Windsor. I think his name Quentin something, Windsor. But anyways, you did your thing. Cause that's what we needed, B. We needed a run game, run and pound the game, bro, and get the move in that ball. You know what I'm saying? Move that ball up them holes, man.
See, I was trying to
What, bro? Look, our defense locked down. Y'all did really well. Didn't let those big men get inside you. You kept them out. That's what I love. I love that from the D. But yeah, man, shout out to my Longhorns. What? B, this is football talk. This is football talk. You know what I mean? Look, Oklahoma. No. Let me talk to the Sooners real quick. You niggas suck. Mateer, nigga, I know you a Texas native. You from up the street, but I don't care. Today, you the ops. You know what I'm saying? You come over here, you come in this area, Oklahoma, you Sooners. We see you next year when we stump another hole in you niggas, bro. Shout out to my Longhorns. Oklahoma, we sent them boys back packing, B. The win star.
All right, hold up. They might need to hit a lick there. If they didn't hit it on the field, they need to hit it there then.
Hey, get up out of my state.
Guys, I have no idea what any of this football talk is. All I know is some guy named Arch. That's all I know. Is the Cotton Bowl like the Super Bowl for NCAA?
No.
Or college football, whatever it's called.
No. So the Cotton Bowl is the freaking stadium over there by the fair, by the fair over there. It's the Cotton Bowl. So this is the Red River Classic. It's the Red River Shootout. It's a rivalry game between Oklahoma Sooners and Texas Longhorns, and it's been taking place there since I think the rivalry been going around since 1934, but they actually been playing each other since late 1800s. So it's a rivalry game, and
18.
Yeah, like the late 18s, like when football was established pretty much.
I didn't know it was established that early on.
Bro, I think it was a little before that, because football come from rugby and soccer, the real football. Like, it's just a mixture of that, and then throughout the years it became what it is, American football. But it was rugby. It was one point, bro, where football in America was getting to the point where they was kind of trying to get rid of it, and it went back to rugby. But then it didn't last long. But yeah, we used to have American rugby, bro. Football used to be called. They used to when I did my research on it, they used to do a whole thing called I think Bloody Monday. Bro, used to die in football. Like, it was no tackling. They used to beat people up. It used to be crazy. It was a crazy deal. It was a crazy deal, bro. It's crazy. Little history lesson for you guys. Go do some research on football. It's they was over here killing people. They had to actually like, yo, we need helmets. We need pads.
Hey, all for some pigskin.
Hey, B. And you used to couldn't even touch the ball. You couldn't throw it or nothing. At one point, you couldn't throw the ball or nothing like that. Like, bro, it was out there brutalizing, bro. And you know how them. Let me stop. I was about to go crazy. You know what I mean? I was about to get a little bit of conspiracy. Not even conspiracy. I was gonna get into my like my really woke bag. Savages, fee.
Boy's about to get us canceled off the platform. Hey, we need to move the show to locals now, guys. You got to pay to see the show on locals.
Yeah, hey. Oh, we go to what's called B? Where the nasty people go. What's
Only,
that?
OF?
No, Rumble.
Oh yeah.
Nah, it's full of freaking crazy MAGA folk.
Mm. Yeah, I haven't been on Rumble since I uploaded all my content there because I was trying to see how to monetize off that.
For real, I feel you. You still got stuff over there or what?
Probably like my old stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's even doing numbers or anything. I never check it. I
You
just
never
did
check
it
it.
just to,
What if you
always
built
have.
a fan base over there and they like, where is this man?
Hey, come to Beyond Beats and Culture.
Yeah, bro. All right.
Oh
But
man.
what about you, B? How you been, man?
Man, at my job, I trained on this new vehicle because they needed someone else to learn how to drive this vehicle. And it's a huge vehicle. It's a huge vehicle on the road, B. And basically the trainer that was training me that day, he said, "Hey, just know if anything to you happens on the road, you'll win." He said, "Hey, if someone hit you, just know you'll win." He says, "Whoever does anything to you on that road, they're out of there if you driving that vehicle." Hey,
He really said that, B?
He should have done that to me. Hey, you know you would.
Hey. Hey, you
Oh
would be a
man, that
lock.
had me crying. In fact, he said, "Hey, just know you'll win." I'm like, "Yo,
That's funny, bro. Do
this
he drive
vehicle
it?
is
Do he drive
dangerous."
it?
He did back in his heyday. It's only for people at my career status. I
Okay,
mean, well,
okay.
at my status at the job. So once I
Right,
start
right.
moving up and I become, higher salary and all
Mhm.
that, I can't do more.
You can't
But
drive it.
yeah. And shout out to the boy Chance. I went to his house yesterday for a little bit because I had to drop my
Mhm.
girl off for other reasons. But he had his homies over and they was doing the thing that I guess young kids do now. And I thought this was only like an online thing, but they was doing like an ox battle in real life. And I'm like, okay, the OG, look, I need to fully become an unk and embrace what the
Mhm.
young folks are doing, what the young whippersnappers are into. Let me see what music that they're trying to play right here. And let me see if I'm actually knowledgeable or am I the get off my lawn type. And I'm like, all right, they was playing the young boys, they was playing the Cardis. I understand that. Then they started playing some other artists that were, babies of these other artists because they started playing some Netspin, some Osama San, Destroy Lonely, some guy named Nuda05, I think. I don't know, that
Mhm.
was his YouTube name, but he has a really nice looking music video. So I'm like, all right, this must be some underground guy. They was doing a little ox battle. I'm like, I gotta embrace myself within this young culture right here. And it just felt weird because I'm the old guy. I was the old guy in
Yeah.
the room trying to see what the young kids was doing. But I had to see what it is because we talk about on here, we gotta embrace the younger culture, bridge the gap to a degree. I gotta be
Mhm.
open-minded. I gotta see what I'm coming into. And I'm
Yep.
just like, man, how times have just changed. Like, back then, oh yeah, let's play the ox in the car. Really, we don't have that no more. And even though we call it ox battles on like TV and stuff, we're not plugging the phone in the ox.
Right.
We don't have the aux cord no more. No one uses the aux cord anymore. But we still use that terminology, even though these kids did not have to grow up using an aux cord at all.
Right.
It's just crazy to me. Just to see how technology and the culture has moved and shifted and things like that. I don't know. That was just my thing. Obviously, I'm gonna do a little more research. I'm gonna do a little bit more digging. They was talking about listening to Shay and all that, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about that. They played a little bit
Mhm.
of Summers up there yesterday too, and I'm like, these are all the young kids that we've talked about that we got killed about on TikTok last year, but these kids are playing it. they enjoy it. And I'm like, man, they singing it word for word, dang near.
Speaking of the young kids, man, I got sent some music from a kid I know, since he was a little kid, family, he's family. His uncle sent me some of his music, like, yo, this my nephew. He 18 now. Bro on his melodic stuff. I might have to send it to you to see what you think about it. And I was like, he sent me about 4 songs from him. And I was like, this is just what the kids are into. That's just made me think about it. It's like we had these conversations before about what the kids that's coming up now, what they listen to and what hip hop is to them, and what style they want to emulate. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to emulate the Cardis. You know what I'm saying? They want to imitate the raw waves when it comes to the melodicness, of just trying to embrace their emotions and stuff like that. It's different. Like, some of us had like a Kid Cudi and stuff like that, but they have like Rod Wave. They got Nino Pade. He do the same thing. So it's different ways that you can put out the same type of music, but it's just a different plate. You know what I mean? Like, it's like food.
Mhm.
I use the taco
Nachos,
analogy
tacos.
of the tacos and stuff like that. That's just how hip hop is. It's like, it used to be this whole thing about like mumble rap, right? And like, oh man, the Migos are not hip hop. But the Migos is doing the same thing any of these other MCs was doing, just on a different background. Cause it's just from the South. Like, they never gave the South a chance. They didn't get a West Coast a chance upon when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Everything comes with something. It makes something different. It's just a part of hip hop. It's part of evolution. But we got to be honest. If it's bad, it's bad on both ends. It's bad music from the golden era. It's bad music from the blog era. It's black music from the current era we is now. And it is what it is. Yeah. We're gonna talk more kind of about this similar subject. But I think that's dope. B. I like hearing like what the younger kids are listening to, man. Like, I haven't really talked to my nephew about it because he likes J. Cole, he likes Kendrick and stuff like that. But he never really tell me about really, I don't know, it just seems like he not into that scene, the Shay, the what's the white kid name? I can't think of his name. You just said it. The net spins and stuff like that. You know, the summer sons. I might have to talk to him about it, but because I'm gonna make sure, like, next summer that they all come out, and maybe we do the pod and I bring them in here. I'm like, hey bro, what y'all listening to? You know what I'm saying? Because one of them for to be 13, another one he is, I think, 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying? So by next summer he'll be a little older. See what them little niggas listening to. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we gotta see, B, because apparently hip hop is dead, but these young kids, they're listening to stuff that old folks ain't. And hip hop is just so sectioned off that you're gonna listen to something that probably someone else would never ever listen to. But there's a lane for that, because I was looking at a Summers music video, 7.1 million views. While that's not a lot in today's day and age, that's still 7 million views.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of the old heads that we follow on Twitter don't even know or have never even heard of a Summers. So that's just crazy to me to think in hindsight.
Yeah. It's the genre is growing and we have mad subgenres. And algorithms now, we form our own algorithms. Remember us growing up, like being on Twitter or like Vine and all these different places. Majority of us, we seen the same things that went viral. But now it's so many different algorithms and everything is functioned around you and what you like. You get on TikTok and you could be a total different algorithm from somebody else. Like, something that's popping over here you didn't even know was popping off. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is now. So like, we got all these subgenres within subgenres. You know what I'm saying? So it's like crazy. So now it's even more expanded of like what people listen to, what they haven't heard. It's so much music out there now. And just content, everything. Bro, I didn't know who Mr. Beast was till 2 years ago. And he's been me being on YouTube, my whole thing, I remember the biggest YouTube was like PewDiePie, whatever. And Mr.
I
Beast
think
Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber. He has the most subs. And I'm saying, I didn't know who this dude was till like 2 years ago. Like, sometime during the pandemic. I don't know who a Mr. Beast was. And this dude was a huge YouTuber. That's what I'm saying. It's just so much content and stuff out now,
Yeah, there's just so much happening that we all can't pay attention to.
You can't keep up with everything, man. And I feel like that's a thing that I'm dealing with. I was talking to my wife about it, like when it comes to like my content diet and actually trying to like I wanna like I had a time when I was focused on trying to be more embraced into creating content, but at the same time, I have to listen to other content or kind of understand where content is going and like do you want to follow the
Trend.
algorithms or the trends and stuff like that, or do you don't? It's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's so much. It's so much meta out there, like to try to keep up with. And now I feel like I used to feel like I was up to date with everything. And as I get older and there's more things I have to focus on, bro, I just like I got to the point where like I just don't care no more. Like when it comes to like trying to be like up to like what's happening, what's the new memes. Like I don't know the 6 7. My son be saying that. Like what is the 6 7 mean? And so my wife was like, oh, it's a Skrilla baby. I mean, it's a Skrilla song. And I'm like, so I went, I like Skrilla, and I looked it up. And I'm like, oh, I know this
Wait,
song.
Skrilla,
Yeah,
the
Skrilla.
rapper?
Yeah.
You know what I was listening? Why I heard that as Skrillex. That's why I heard that as.
No, Skrilla. And I was like, oh, I know this song. Like I actually watched this video before. It actually shows it, the little red line. You know, And I'm like, I never knew this was where the meme come from. And it came from that. And this meme is
Did he do this in
pretty
there?
big right now. Do he do that? I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember. But he does like he has another hook and he goes like 6 7 or something like that. Yeah, I think it is like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
We can if you want, we can go look at it just to confirm. Nah, it's probably we'll get copyrighted. I don't know. But yeah, B, that's it.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get into the show. Let's start off with the news section of the show. Music releases and announcements. Black Thought and Danger Mouse. Cheat Codes 2. How we feeling about this, B? I enjoyed Cheat Codes 1, so to see Cheat Codes 2, I'm not like over the mountains about this, but I'm still going to be listening to this when this does come out because I do like Danger Mouse's production from Cheat Codes 1 and was it Doom Mouse Doom, Danger Doom? I forgot what it was called, but basically their
Danger
collaborative
Doom.
project. Yeah, even though it was censored, which I hate, but I did like that project, that production. I like the production on Cheat Codes 1, and I like Black Thought's performance on there as well and lyrical ability. So yeah, Cheat Codes 2, I will be listening. B, how you feel?
Oh no, I'm checking in on this, man. Some new Black Thought and Danger Mouse, like you said, production's always dope. And I don't know why. Am I getting Danger? I know who Danger Mouse is, but sometimes I get him mixed up with another producer. Danger Mouse is the one that is Nars Barkley, right? With CeeLo. Ain't they Nars
I
Barkley?
think so.
I think
I
I'm
think
crazy.
so.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
could
no,
be wrong.
Danger Mouse
I
dope.
think
I think
so.
you're right, bro. Let me
Yeah.
see.
But
I think you're right.
next project, while you look that up, Hit Boy and
Hmm.
Alchemist, Goldfish. You know, they previewed a song on Joe and Jada's podcast, and a lot of people saying these two producers are rapping better than most rappers nowadays. And I'm like, all right.
I
But last few Hit Boy projects I listened to, no one was saying that about Hit Boy. So that was crazy. That B, they just saying something just to say something. And the fact of them all saying the exact same thing, y'all
mm-hmm.
are getting paid.
B, you know how it is, B. You know
I'm gonna
exactly
listen
how it
because
is.
I do like Hit Boy and Alchemist. I think Hit Boy will put Alchemist in a bit of a different space. So yeah, I'll listen to it. You gonna listen to
You
it?
know,
October 10th.
they've been doing stuff with each other for the last few years. You know, they did that one track last year, I believe. Was that last year, or like 2 years ago,
Mhm.
when they was rapping on
Yeah,
each other
there's
beats?
some. Mhm.
Yeah,
I think that was on Hit Boy's album.
Alchemist is just so busy, bro. He be working his butt off, bro.
Yeah.
Like for
Hey
real.
B, but if you got the Alchemist fatigue, B, stay over there. B, that's what they say on Twitter. Stay over there. If you got the
Nah,
Alchemist fatigue,
I seen something like that. You know, I used to think Danger Mouse was a white man.
is he not?
Nah, look him up. Look at Danger. Hold on, I can show you a pic of him. Danger Mouse. Look at him. That's a Negro. I think he mixed though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he looked like is it Travis McCoy? I want to be a
You
billionaire
millionaire,
so
so
freaking
freaking
bad.
bad. But nah, we can check this out right here, man. Check that
But
out.
B, a week later, after that Hit Boy and Alchemist Goldfish album, Big L's Harlem's Finest, which is releasing on Mass Appeal, and Ransom and DJ Premier are coming out with a collab album. How we feeling about this? Uh oh. Uh oh.
What? All right,
You,
look.
B, you start moving the camera out the way. You start getting closer to the camera. I mean, you start moving
Okay,
the mic out the way.
but what I'm thinking is it's like this. We already had a posthumous Big L project. Nobody really cares for that. Freestyles, it just was a mess. Let's be honest. It's some stuff on there, of course, but overall, it's a mess. Since Mass Appeal did we're gonna talk about it later, the Mobb Deep joint, I think I might be feeling a little more comfortable with this Big L project B. How they did with P. So I'm hoping that we can get some verses that we never heard before and actually make these songs. And one thing about this as well that I really want them to do, please do not stretch this album out. Give us like 10 tracks and just 10. Because we can feel if it's rushed. You could tell. And like I want vocals to be not sunk in by production. I want it to seem like Big L was in the studio rapping on these beats. And one thing about the production is what I'm also afraid of. Do we know what producers is connected to this Big L project? Do we know anything about that? Like who's making the beats? Is it modern production? Is it some old songs? See now I'm talking myself not out of it again. Let me because I had a little hope. I had a little hope. I have a little hope.
It says it's gonna feature, I think. Oh wait, no. Which has it? Oh no, never mind.
They don't have
There's
is
really
nothing out
nothing.
about it. Okay.
It
So
says
hopefully
consistent of unreleased remastered tracks and rare freestyles.
they
That's what
doing this.
P
So they don't.
for it.
So they're about to do the same thing. That they like. This is a cash grab.
I'm trying to find something where it gives us any type of information.
Maybe as
So
closer we get to release, we'll get more information about the project and like where it's headed. But I do not want unreleased freestyles. I don't. Like. Come on, man. I wanted to feel like an album.
yeah, because it says thanks to the team at Mass Appeal, we will be re-releasing the best versions of these songs, rare freestyles, and a few surprises.
No, we need all surprises. And
I need them vocals to be really cleaned up, B. I need them to be
yeah.
crisp.
And
Whoever
this
Tory Lanez' engineer was, get him.
yeah. And this is totally different because this is what Big L died in what early late 90s, 98 or something like that.
When did the big picture come out? The bigger picture, whatever it was called, the bigger picture.
The Big L died in 98 or 2001. Am I bugging?
Nah, he had to die before that because
He died in 99.
the big picture came out, in 99. No, it came out 2000. So yeah.
See, that's what threw me off. See, the album came out in the 2000s, but he died in 99. See, he died in 99. So that's come on, bro. That's over 6 years ago. So this is what I'm saying here. I want an album. I want some songs. I want some finished. I want some songs y'all can make like they're feel like they finished, like they complete or something. You know what I mean? Like what's the point of doing this? You might as well just put out a compilation. Call this like a compilation of just, you know what I'm saying, or something. Like I don't know. Because you
I
putting
think the
pressure on
problem
it if you put an album to me. You putting pressure on it, and I'm gonna have different expectations. Even I'm not gonna have the expectations of like a
album if he was
live
here.
rapper, but still, from what y'all did with P on the Mobb Deep joint, I'm like, okay, cool. Even though I graded that on the scale, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I graded it on the curve as well.
Mhm.
My thing with this is that I don't think this could work at all because no one knows what the true vision of what a big L project would sound like in the big year of our Lord 2025, right? Because
Mhm.
we're over 30 years removed from 1995. The sounds have completely shifted and changed since then. What type of production would Big L have wanted to go over since then? Because let's
Right.
be real, Lifestyle of the Poor and Dangerous, while he was a great MC, beats is dusty.
Mhm.
Sonically, what would Big L sound good over?
Yeah.
Would it be Alchemist joints? Would it be some joints that sounded like what was on the Raekwon and Ghostface? Like what would he sound good on?
Because that's one thing I'm afraid of is like them trying to modernize this.
That's like the biggest problem with this whole Big L thing. And I trust the team at Mass Appeal because while they have gotten these legends to go over more modernized production, just because it's modernized doesn't mean it's going to work.
Yeah. We gonna
Like
see.
sometimes things just don't work, and I hate the feeling that this is going to feel Frankenstein. It's just going to put filter. It's going to be. It's going to feel like it's been put together. Unlike the Prodigy and the Mobb Deep album, Mobb Deep was consisting of two people with basically an honorary member of Alchemist. You got two or three people there. You got some unreleased Prodigy vocals unreleased Prodigy vocals and verses. You could work around that. This is like you can't really work around this because there's no. What is the vision? It's going to be someone else's vision with Big L's voice on top of it.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
And not someone that was working like somebody that's working close with him and just know, what was going on. What was the direction for the project of whatever he was working on. If they have these surprises, I'm pretty sure the surprises are the features. That's all I'm guessing. The surprises is the features. You can't surprise us with something we never knew that was coming out with a song. So the surprises has to be the features on here. So that's how I'm looking at it. But you mentioned the Ransom and DJ Premier joint. I am not a big Ransom guy. Ransom can rap. What he says is like dope, but it's just something with his voice and how he delivered things that never really connected to me. But I never thought Ransom was a bad rapper. And how we've been feeling on with DJ Premier production, this has the chance to be one of those albums where it's just like mad forgettable. You have some lackadaisical beats. Sorry to say that about Premier, but he haven't been wowing me with this production. And then Ransom at the same time is not exciting. He's not charismatic on the mic to me. He sounds so like monotone. This might be one of the like most boringest projects. If Premier can't bring nothing out from Ransom as an MC to have more energy on a track to me, this is something I won't even like go to right when it dropped. I probably listen to this next year. If I listen to the first song and I feel like this, it's like one of those. That's just how I feel about Ransom as MC. I just don't go to his music like that. But I don't know. What you think, B? You gonna check it out?
I'm not the biggest Ransom fan, but I do like Ransom enough. I think he's one of the more consistent rappers. He's right there with Boldy James to me to a degree. Boldy just releases way more though. I'm just hoping like what DJ Premier said on the Coldest Profession with Rock Marciano, how he ran into him at the mall. It sounded like he ran into him at the mall and gave him the beats that he just had on hand at that moment to rock. So I'm hoping he doesn't do the same with Ransom.
like B, he ran into him in the mall and was like, "Hey, yo, I'm about to cook up some beats for you on my iPad or something." Like
facts. He pulled out the whole NPC. B, he had it in the back of his vehicle. B, he said, "Hey, meet me in the parking lot real quick. Let's go cook something up." So yeah, DJ Premier has been disappointing with some of his production credits recently, but hopefully Ransom and DJ Premier can potentially bring something out of each other. But they are dropping the same day as Big L, so we don't know what's actually going to take up the space. DJ Premier does have a name himself, but also this is a Big L posthumous album, and we really haven't gotten that album from him since. Some people want to maybe count The Big Picture, which came out 2000. So
yeah,
like what 25 years?
I'm not counting that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Quavo and Pharrell potentially coming out with a collab album. Quavo was recently, like, I think in Paris or working on an album, and Pharrell was there. Not sure if it's fully a collab album or if they were just working on some songs together, but I do not want to hear this. Just want to put that out there, guys.
B, I don't even want to speak on it. We're gonna just let that.
Yeah. But B, you actually talked about this person's album maybe earlier this year or last year. AZ dropping Do or Die.
Yeah,
3
Do or
this
Die.
year, 30th anniversary. You gonna listen, B?
Boy, am I. AZ still doing his thing, man. He put out the little AI, little visuals. That was like, come on,
Young
man.
version of himself. Then he apologized for it. He came back with the older version of himself. He's like, yeah, I apologize, guys. You reneged on the AI. Look, why all the old heads always love using AI videos?
Old heads, look, let me tell you something. one thing about old heads, bro, they just be you. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all to do to mess around with the technology, want to mess around with your youth, be like, dang, I can make myself look young again. So like they're like, this is kind of cool. Like, bro, embrace it. Like yes, we feel a way about AI because it takes away, excuse me, takes away jobs from other like creators and stuff like that when it comes to like the art. But like be old, just don't care what we think. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, a part of that, I still like that charm of like an old person, bro. They just be honest with you.
Just
Just do
being
what you
super
want.
out of touch.
Like, I like what he said. If y'all don't like, I liked it. I thought it was cool. So I liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Queens
can do
or
it yet
whatever.
for me.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, this is something I am excited for, man. This is the 30-year anniversary. Do or Die. This the third joint. So I think this is dope. I think this is dope. And I'm gonna check it out. I don't know about you, B, because I don't know if you familiar with AZ. Have you listened to any of his work, or you just know
Some of the
life's
work.
a bitch until you die?
I know some of
Don't
his
hey.
stuff with Nas and Firm, but besides that, solo
So you
stuff,
know,
no.
yeah, you say you know the firm, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, bro.
His
Listen to
stuff with Firm.
do it. Listen to Do It Down, bro. Classic, classic, classic. Ho Happy Jackie. Hey, that boy said in the intro, he was like, oh man, what's up, AZ or whatever. He's like, ah man, tough titty. Somebody gotta suck it.
What?
Hey, you Ho Happy
Oh,
Jackie ass. Like, bro, nah, it's some dope production on there, dope beats. Do or Die is dope. It's a really good album. So
all
shout
right.
out to AZ,
B, let's
man.
know what
Keep
albums
using your
is.
AI, King. Do your thing, OG.
Let's know what albums
Right.
is dropping this year. Talking about using AI King.
Oh man, B, we got some albums, man, coming out. I think Wednesday and Friday. I think two of these are coming out Wednesday. So we got Davies Karma 4. You know what I'm saying?
Next.
We got
Neither of us
Bruiser,
listen to that.
Bruiser Wolf and Harry Fry dropping Made by Dope. You know I'm on this right here. This is
Good
my
boy.
guy. It's
Good
my
boy.
guy. Then we got Ty Dolla $ign, Tycoon. We got Tycoon dropping. I know Biko check that out because he's a coon himself. I mean, a Tycoon fan. You know you love your Ty,
huh.
your you know you love your Ty Dolla $igns, B.
Uh-huh.
And also got Gucci episodes. Is this real? I saw this on the list.
So yeah,
I know
what this
you.
is supposed to be is supposed to coincide with, I believe, his book that he's coming out with, talking about his mental health and things like that.
Oh, that's true. I saw that. I saw him saying it. I didn't know he was releasing the album either. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, this has been in the Spotify upcoming albums by artists you like in my stuff for like weeks now. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And then we got Monaleo. You know what I'm saying? Who did that body? Yo, shout out to Monaleo, bro. She from the city. You know what I mean? She from the state. You familiar with her work?
Yeah, she sounds like Lotto and Meg the Stallion fused together.
I think she's better when it like I like how she I wouldn't say she's better than them. I just like how I don't know, I like how she sound on production. I like her flow, I like her pockets. Cause I got familiar with her, I think in 2020, 2021. She had some
Mhm.
cool stuff, shouting out for the city, you know what I mean? And I like that new song she put out too, bro. All the non-blacks to the back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? Get in the back of the butt. Get all the non-blacks to the back, to the back. But yeah, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? That's the FBA anthem.
They about to start dancing that AB. That's about to start being at all the HBCUs. B.
Hey, facts. And then another release. We got two collective. Well, it's a duo in a collective. We got Party of Two, America Next Top Party. These two, it's a female and a male MC. Not too familiar with them, but I see them pop up on my timeline about a lot of my mutuals that's fans of them. I'm gonna check this out because I've been seeing a lot of praise from them from people, but I know when it comes to that, my expectations, I don't want them to have them high because you know how Twitter is. You gotta take some of that praise with a grain of salt. So I'm gonna check it out though. I hope it's a dope project. The things I heard from them wasn't bad. Wasn't really for me. A lot of the production was a little a bit of a higher BPM for me. The rapping, a little speedy. I have no problem with fast rapping, but sometimes it kind of throws me off. It brings me out of some music, especially when it comes to production and how you rap it on this beat. But I'm gonna check it out. I hope it's a dope album. And then the next project is What More album by What More. What More is a collective. I think they out of New York. They pop up in my algorithm a lot on YouTube. I don't know why. So I started checking them out. So I knew one of the kids. One of the kids, he's an Asian kid, and he was getting comps of sounding like Mac Miller like a few years ago. And I'm like, I can't think of his name. I think his name Yoshi. And when I watched that What More video that was popping up in my algorithm, I was like, what the hell is What More? So I hit it and I saw him in the video, and it's like, it's a multiracial collective, like Brockhampton, Odd Future. Well, Odd Future is mostly blacks, but they whites was to the side. They was just in the background. But with
They
them, they
got
have
Black beat?
all the blacks to the black to the, I mean, all the blacks to the back. But on this one, they have like an Asian guy, they got some white guys, they got some black guys with dreadheads. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I might check this out if I remember. But if any of you guys are familiar with What More, man, and y'all are fans, you know what I mean? Y'all should be excited right now. But other than that, that's all I got for this week, B. That's coming out.
Yeah, very
So,
light week. I will be listening to the Gucci to see if he's actually matured and it's actually going into his mental health. Maybe the Bruiser Wolf because I like Harry Fraud as well.
right.
So yeah, we'll see. And Monaleo. I'll give Monaleo a listen as well. We need some
Right
female
on.
coverage on here. Someone
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
throw in the
yeah.
house.
Facts.
But let's go ahead and go on the hip hop
Hold up,
news
B.
and
Hold up.
current
What
events.
did you say? You say all females are hazmats? This is always going to the garbage, the landfill? I saw
B.
that. I
You
peeped what you
sound,
said.
you sounds like Meg Thee Stallion and Lotto fused together, B.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God. You
get
like
the
Lotto
exact.
though.
Yeah, but and I was disappointed a bit in her last album. I'm
I
like,
thought you
okay,
liked it.
tonally, I like it enough, but tonally and sequencing wise, it could have done better if some of the tracks were spread out because it's like, oh, that album is top heavy. That album is super top heavy. You know what I'm saying, B?
I got you. I didn't
Yeah.
listen to it, so
I'm hoping because Monaleo can actually pull this off if she does everything right. If she comes out with a banger album, she has the
yeah.
potential to do that. I'm not taking that away. But also, I got a BBL or my thing is natural. Yours is a BBL. I got more money than you. I'm tricking these Negroes. I'm tired of these raps, B. I'm tired of them. God dang it.
Be
I
you
know
wild.
women, they gotta have their own stuff. But god dang it, I'm tired of it. And am I tired of the shoot 'em up bang bang? Yes. But if you put your own personality to it, hey, I might like it.
Just tell me different ways you shoot them up and bang it, bang it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Jazz it up. Give it a little spice. Don't give me the same flavoring that I've already had before. I'm just saying. But
All
yeah.
right.
In other news, Versus is back, B. Cash Money versus No Limit. Now, why would they do such a thing like this? Cash Money's about to dog walk No Limit.
You think so?
How do you feel about Versus being back?
B, why everybody underestimating No
B.
Limit like
They
that?
gonna pull out the Silk the Shocker card, and the game is automatically over.
No Limit got some joints. Cash Money overall out of what 20 tracks they do, 17, 20. Cash Money will win. But you got some No Limit joints that's gonna go off. Mr. Ice Cream Man.
Mm-hmm.
Doom. Do. Hey, break them off.
Mm-hmm.
Break them off
Was
something.
it is
Uh
die for my Negroes and I
yeah,
ride for my
I'm gonna ride
F
that
the
one.
mother Negroes. Yeah, yeah.
That's gonna go off. Make them say gonna
Yeah,
go
I was
off.
about to say that one.
It's some more too. I went through a whole No Limit thing years ago, and also I grew up with No Limit. Like my stepdad, all them No Limit crazy. But Cash Money has like the major hits. You know what I'm saying? They got 400 Degrees album with
They got
just
big timers.
big timers. They got stuff on there, man. But Cash Money I think will take it away. And I just wish it was in. I think they took it to a neutral ground, but I wish it was in somewhere in the South. This being in Texas would have been fire because it's not their home bases. It's not, or anywhere in Louisiana. Bro, you took this and like put it in because both of them guys from New Orleans. Put this joint in New Orleans and watch just people go crazy. Why is this not in New Orleans? And if you want to do neutral, take that joint to Texas because Texas, anywhere in the South, really, because bro, this would have been crazy. Why is it in Vegas?
They really wanted a super neutral ground B. Super, super neutral. Because
Bro,
the
they
thing
did
with
this
this,
in
I hate to say it like this, B. This is why Cash Money is going to dog walk No Limit. Because them No Limit songs, some of them ain't as big as them Cash Money records now. Iconic within Black culture, some of those Cash Money songs.
yeah. And it's
But if
so
it would have
crazy,
been
like
in Louisiana, it would have been it would have been a more even playing field.
yeah, it's crazy because like the first run of No Limit, like Master P, he sounded like he was from the West Coast, because he was in the
Sounded like
West
Tupac.
Coast trying to make that music. He was trying to make that music. But yeah, man, versus being back, just to get on that, I think it's cool. We kind of been waiting on it. They bought it back like a few years ago, and it kind of been in limbo. Like we didn't know what was happening. Um, do we know any news about it being streamed? Because I know didn't they do a deal with Twitter at one point?
Yeah, I think so.
So I wonder if it's gonna get streamed. Will it get streamed? Will it still have the Apple situation? But I want to stream this on my TV. I want this on my TV. So if they get Amazon Prime involved, maybe just do a YouTube stream as well. Like, do what they call it, the cold streams or whatever, duo streams or something you can call it. Have it on like multiple platforms, maybe do it like that. I'm not trying to look at Instagram no more. You know what I'm saying? We above that. This is not COVID. We not in a pandemic anymore. But yeah, I like to see this on my YouTube screen, and I'm gonna watch it. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna try if I'm available to.
Yeah,
The
if
thing
it's on
is,
the weekend, right? Yeah,
I'm not sure, but
because I click.
also, like you said, it needs to be on YouTube, and I feel like they're trying to build X to be another streaming platform. Don't do that, ish.
Yeah, I don't know. What else we got in the news, B?
Drake defamation lawsuit has been dismissed. A lot of people was going crazy about this news. Aubrey has yet taken another L within the Drake versus Kendrick beef. B because the court concludes that the allegedly defamatory statements in Now Like Us are non-actionable opinion. The motion to dismiss is granted. I
Yeah,
believe. Well, Drake is trying to get maybe one of his lawyers to appeal that. I'm not
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Of course he
I know
will.
there was, yeah, I know there was some type of lawsuit because there was different lawsuits happening in different areas. There was one that happened in Texas, but they met to an agreement to dismiss the
Mm-hmm.
lawsuit. So this is a different one in totality of that. But yeah, obviously Drake lost the lawsuit. This was kind of already a lost cause. We all thought that. And what was
Yeah.
the point? What was the deal? And now with this lawsuit kind of being over, even though he's still trying to find legal action through another means, when are we going to get Iceman? That's my main thing. The
Mm-hmm.
lawsuit is not over. I felt like he was more so focused on that to get that over with because I was saying, you can't say too many things before this lawsuit is over. Now the lawsuit is over. What can you say in Iceman? And if you are not going to say anything, Drake, I will be highly pissed at you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Like, yeah, like this is always expected. Like, we never really thought this had much ground. I feel like people, you have the Drake haters and you have these people that try to, oh my God, it's gonna mess up artists' expression and stuff like this. I'm like, bro, he actually gave this dude the idea. If you want to say he talk about little girls. I heard it on the JBP.
It's
It's
a
like
meme.
you can't. It's like it's hard. How you gonna try to sue freaking UMG for this, and the same time you technically kind of gave him the ideal about it. Like, tell him you just gave him the alley hoop and he did it. So at that point, it's like it is what it is. Even the judge seemed like he was like, yo, or he or she was like, yo, not like us a slap. And
But
like
B,
none of the you
OVO docket said that the judge has only been a judge for a year. So that means whatever they're saying has should not be taken for real. That's what
bro.
OVO docket on Twitter said.
Yo, if bro, do they know the process of become bro? Do they know the process of becoming a judge and how long? Like, bro,
OLB, was the judge black? Because if so, DEI, bro.
God, they were like judges, probably lawyers, defensive. Like, come on, bro, relax. The OVO docket niggas is weird. I ain't been seeing the OVO side of this. They can't spin it because it's a L, and it just
Yeah,
this why.
I've seen them both.
Yeah, it's so stupid, bro. Like, yo, shout out, like they say Drake lost on both sides. They say he lost like a black man, he lost like a white man. So he lost in the courts and lost in the streets. They say Kendrick might won the what they say. Kendrick might won the battle, but Drake lost the war. So like this. But like, bro, I don't know. I don't know why people doing big old live streams about this and stuff. Like, bro, it is like it's simple, bro. Like, yeah, this is just an L. But
Come
yeah, I
on, B.
know.
Drake. Drake hate. It pays.
B, when could we get to the point where we can start being nasty and just riding the algorithms, but and just do all the nasty stuff? It's hard. I don't know if I can do it, B. I
Oh, I
probably
don't want to
could.
do it.
It's just hard to do it. I don't know. It's like it's some stuff, bro. I see people talk about that I watch. I'm like, why are you talking about this? But it's money. It's just some stuff I'm not just for to talk about. I just don't care. I don't care. Till I get to a point where I'm like, you know what? Let's be honest. I'm just gonna talk about things I don't care about. That's when we can make money, B.
Yeah,
That's when
but
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know. I
let
just
that be a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. I don't really care about this, but because it pays the bill, let's go ahead and talk about it.
yeah.
It's like a sponsorship. When people get them sponsors that they know they'll never use, but they know that hey, we got to pay some bills. Time
They'd
for
be
a
like,
sponsor.
BetterHelp. I found BetterHelp. People like, like get
But
out of
you ain't
here.
never used BetterHelp. A god that look. I'm not gonna say some things because I've been on that side of YouTube where I've gotten
Yeah.
paid.
That's the
I'm gonna
stuff
just
you be
say
like.
that sometimes you don't gotta use that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Give you that pre-written. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
not
that
gonna.
script. Yeah, I know how it go. You know what
You
I'm saying?
Negroes in trouble. You Negroes in trouble.
Hey, B, I be watching some YouTubers and companies be sending them niggas scooters.
No, god dang well, you ain't got no place to use that scooter, dog.
Nah, bro, I watched this one YouTuber. He got sent like a product where it's a water bottle, but it got a magnet on the handle and you could put your phone on it like a mount. And I was like, what the
Mm.
fuck is that? Excuse my French. What you gonna do with that? And it's like for like you could do selfie. I'm like like a vlogging. Like you have your water bottle, you got your phone. I'm like, what? Like I don't know, bro. Hey,
Hey,
but if
yeah,
y'all want to sponsor us, what's up, man?
hey, fact, I'll do an ad read real quick.
Yo, this is the best
Shout out to
water
the
bottle.
bag.
It keeps my phone safe wise on the magnet, and it also keeps my water cold. Shout out to that company. I don't know what company it is, but you know what I'm saying? But nah.
I
Hey,
did have a
everybody got a price, right,
sponsor
B?
me before. Oh, facts. Facts. But I let people know beforehand, hey, if y'all start seeing me doing ad reads for stuff that y'all know I'm not really messing with and talk about afterwards, y'all know
Right.
I'll show you that bag. I was being honest with them. But hey, that's besides the point.
Gotta be
Can
upfront.
we talk about the Tim Westwood thing, B? Or we could just skip over that. He just being a nasty man. Per usual.
Just sick and disgusting. Tim Westwood, this is the only thing we're gonna say, you nasty bodman. You stay over there in the UK across the pond. You being nasty and being a gatekeeper over there, taking using your power to your advantage and misusing it to that's just disgusting. Like sometimes I look at people and I'm like, well, you could look at Tim Westwood and just see he's a little creep. I never liked that nigga voice. I never liked his show. I never watched his interviews. I just watched Eminem go on there and go, let's talk out to the Christian Reeve beef. We started off on the wrong foot. Should I say fake leg made out of wood? You know what I'm saying? Like and I remember
Those are your favorite bars.
and I remember chill out, chill out. And I remember Kid Cudi getting on that joint, you know what I'm saying, rapping. With the leather jacket on, you know what I'm saying? It's a few Tim Westwood joints I've seen, but I don't like him. I never liked you, Timmy.
That's
Nigga
nasty
sick.
on it, man, Timmy.
All
But
right, man. I ain't
yeah,
finna call him Wood.
I ain't got no words to say about that or him. Nasty man, you freak nasty fraud. But B, I got an important question to ask you.
What's up, B?
What have you been jamming since the last episode?
So I
Not a
did
dang
something I ain't done in a long time. And I was like, I do a freaking YouTube show when I talk about music. So I got on my phone. I went
Mm,
into Apple. I went into Apple category of new releases, right? From last week. And sometimes you just see artists, right, that you never heard of. And B, I just started to click some of those artists, and I'm like, could these artists bring me in with the intro of their album, just the intro alone? So the
Okay.
first one I listened to was Spiffy the Goat. Anthem for You Too. His first song was Goat Talk. He didn't do it, B. I was like, yo, this is ass. Huh?
It wasn't Goat Talk, B?
It
There was
wasn't
no
Goat
Goat
Talk, B. I'm
Talking?
gonna give y'all this how to, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I don't know. Trash. I just say that. So the next one I listened to, this just gonna be real quick, but I still got other stuff I actually want to talk about. This was another album. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? I mean, I'm talking. I thought, homie. All right, you ever heard of the dude called Sadboyshaq?
Sounds familiar.
Same. Clicked it. His first listen called "Follow My Plans." B. He had me in. Bro was on there talking about how much he want to kill himself, and that it was like no, but he was on like some crazy. It's actually kind of funny. He's just like, yo, if I don't make it, I'm gonna kill myself type stuff. It was like a jokey type of thing, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I get the sad boy thing you're doing here. But the first track was cool. It's called The Book of Shy 3, but Suitcase I did not like. So he only got me in for one track. And then one more artist I want to talk about that got me in. It's called Dolo Tonight. It's like an alternative. I listen to way more music, but I ain't gonna talk about those guys. But I actually listened to this full album. It's called Dolo. No, the album's called DVD Rental Store by Dolo Tonight. He is some type of alternative guy. He is mostly like pop. It's like high school pop music, coming to age like pop music. I just wanted to know what was this album going because the album cover actually brought me into the album. I don't know if I like this or dislike this. Like
This
it's
looks like them old like 2000s flash image games that we'd play at a computer lab at school.
facts, especially talking about how the art style was. And also when it comes to this type of music, it brings you into like pop what's the
Synth
pop
pop?
band, like a group, like a rock band. It's like all that stuff like All American
Not
Rejects
Everlong.
type of stuff. It's that
Oh,
type of
Green
stuff.
Day.
Yeah, not like Green Day, mostly like All American Rejects. It was okay. I don't know if I return back to it. I think I want to send it to 4. I wanted to forward. I was like, I wanted to send this to 4, like see if he'll like it, because I know he be listening to stuff. I'm like, see what his thoughts is on it. But yeah, but let's get into the music. LaReezy, I checked out his EP, Louisiana Shakedown EP. It is a 6-track EP, 14 minutes. I actually enjoyed a bit of this. He had a lot of New Orleans influence adapted into this project, which I like the regional sounds. I love that. He had like some chants in here, you know what I'm saying? He had one little joint called Tina Anthem. And I think he actually produced all this stuff. I like
Mm.
Hardhead. That's a song he was kind of pushing on the timeline. Um, and it was another track. I think it was Catch the Groove. It was like more of like a soul beat, like mixed up with a little bit of that New Orleans feel to it. I actually really enjoyed it, man. LaReezy, I feel like he's coming into himself. You know, he's still a young artist. I talked about him last year and how I felt. I felt like he didn't have much I feel like he has a lot of potential, but not much identity at this point. But I feel like he's finding his voice and he's growing. And then another album I listened to, which I talked about already on here, was Saba and No ID. From the private collection of Saba and No ID or whatever. This project, bro, I listened to it once and I finally got to come back around to it. This album is dope, B. I've been playing it. Really good album, bro. I'm like, my God, why was I, bro? Everything on here is just really dope. Production, subject matter. It's like, I was like, oh my God. And I listened to this whole album on a walk, like a late night walk. Not too late, but like later in the night walk. Just one day, I just, getting a little sweat in. And bro, this project is so dope, man. I'm like, why did I sleep on this? I liked it, I liked it when I heard it the first time. But
And you bought
sometimes
it.
yeah, I actually bought it. I got the freaking album over there. But anything with Saba, I'm just always gonna like support. You know, I think even if I dislike an album by Saba, I'm gonna support him some way. I don't know why, but
I understand.
yeah. And another album I listen to, which is a classic, and I'm just like, this album is very special. It's very special to me. Anderson Paak's Malibu. Oh my God, this album is so dope. I'll never forgive my wife for canceling those Anderson Paak tickets. We was going to the concert and she just looked over at me one day and was just like, I don't want to go no more. And I'm like, I oh
Hey B, you felt that hand start raising up, didn't you? You like
we was gonna go see him, and I think it was in Irving, I believe, but like it was like 2018. But nah, this album is so dope, bro. Like this is a classic. This is a classic album. Oh, I almost played some of it. And another album I want to talk about in my last album I want to talk about Pluto World. Did you listen
I
to
listened to
Pluto?
this too.
So we're gonna discuss it. This what me and Four was talking about. I was gonna talk about when we have our discussion. We could talk about what me and Four was talking about. Okay, so I listened to Pluto. She's a new artist from Atlanta. She's been around, I think, since last year. I was not familiar with her. I didn't really know much about her. Only song I knew and heard, was Wham Whammy, like a beginning of the year sometime when I think it was popping on TikTok. Wasn't impressed by that. Wasn't my type of style. But I know Four was like when he was on the show, he was like, "Yo, I'm checking it out once it drops or whatever." Because I think it was supposed to drop a few weeks ago, but it didn't end up dropping this week. But when I get into this album, one thing I want to say, I'm not gonna go track by track, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember each song like how they sound track by track because I only listened to this once. We get into this album, you got Just in Case when she's talking about, just in case I gotta kill you type of stuff. The voice. The voice wears out a bit. It's kind of hard to continue to listen to this nasally. Like it gets annoying to me, and I could tell that this is not her real voice, but it's a character. It's part of her character that she raps with, but it kind of gets a little B. It gets a little annoying to me. Then you go into like the track with NBA YoungBoy. I'm like, all right, this is okay, I guess.
One of
And
the
then the
singles,
motion
one of the
track.
later singles.
You say what?
I said it was one of the later singles of the album.
Yeah, see, I didn't know. And what I'm getting is from her, she's very charismatic. I give her that. She has a lot of personality, but it's not enough to reel me into her. Like, I don't
Mhm.
listen to her and be like, oh man, I want to hear more of this. It pretty much was something I just wanted to hear to try to just see what's going on, like what she's popping. Like, I wasn't too impressed at all. I don't. I
Mhm.
think she just falls into the lane of like, the sexy red uh lane. You know what I'm saying? Just she's like Atlanta sexy red, and I don't know, nothing like what she says and stuff like that wasn't like too catchy for me. But I know she can grab. She can have some tracks that I know that I almost said a derogatory term, but the women that likes the seafood boils, I feel like they'll like some of this stuff on here, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, man, how do you feel about this beat? B, I don't know. I really don't even know how to speak about this project like that because the content matter, like I didn't expect much from that, but I wanted a little bit of more of like when it's something when you hear something you like, oh, this not for me, but like this kind of not this kind of dope. Like that's how I feel like with Cardi B, like with her album. Like I know it wasn't not for me, but it's tracks on them like, yo, this is a good song. This is like a hit song. Like I like this. How do you feel about this project?
So to give people context on the show, last year I did a whole month where I just was listening to women's albums, like women in hip hop's albums, the current state of women. Lotto's, Sexy Red, to Meg the Stallions. I was listening to a lot of these discographies last year. And some of the artists that I did like coming out of that was Coi Leray and Sexy Red. Sexy Red is someone whose music I actually enjoy to a degree. I think her first album is a capture, or The Hood's Hottest Princess. She's capturing lightning in a bottle. When I listen to this, I like the Wham Whammy song because it gave me the vibes of like old school Beethoven sounding beats mixed with like a newer modern version of
I
like
think he
not
produced
newer
that
modern
song.
version. Potentially, obviously. Well,
No, he did.
most
Yeah, he
likely he
produced
does.
it. Yeah.
He did? Okay,
Hmm.
because it sounds like his sound, but it sounds like older Beethoven though, because it has a little pianos that it
Hmm.
has all that, right? And when I first heard Wham Whammy, I'm like, oh, Sexy Red would sound perfect on this. But as I'm listening to this project, because I like the Wham Whammy song, I'm like, all right, this girl actually has some real potential because I like Sexy Red's Hood's Hottest Princess. Like I said, she captured lightning in a bottle. This is musical. I'm like, okay, Sexy Red is the female Chief Keef / Gucci man. She is that era's that, but for women. I go into this project. I heard the first track. I'm like, all right, I see where this is going. Let me hear this out a bit more. Then we get the song Two Crash Outs. NBA YoungBoy is a professional at what he does, and he sounds good over this, but it does sound toned down to a degree. She sounds like Sexy Red over this whole project for me. But I'm like, all right, she sounds like a toned down Sexy Red. Like it's not as raunchy, as in your face, as charismatic as a Sexy Red. Then we get Motion. This is where it really hits me. Where I'm like, Sexy Red, even she sounds toned down on this, but she was the best part of the song though. But that's what I feel like, and that's my problem. And I'm going down. I'm not going to go track for track because this is where I need to stop to help drive my point home. Just like you said, B, when it comes to the content and subject matter, it's nothing to write home about. You know what you're getting in this type of project. She's not a lyrical beast. She's talking about the same things over and over. This is for the girls who record those twerk videos on Snapchat or Instagram stories, posted with their friends in the club. This is that type of music right here. Or this is for the hood chicks that are with the very debaucherous activities. This is that type of music. I'm not mad at this type of music being made, right? She doesn't pose herself, and she's not in the social media outlets like a Sexy Red is, and how vulgar and how raunchy Sexy Red is. But she comes off a bit more gruff and tough. You get what I'm saying? She comes off more of the tough guy version of a Sexy Red. But my main gripe with this project, besides that stuff, because I'm not going to gripe over something that I know what it's made for. She sounds like a less charismatic and toned down Sexy Red. She doesn't have the stronger songwriting abilities of a Sexy Red. She doesn't have the charisma or personality as a Sexy Red. She doesn't have the presence as a Sexy Red. To me, like I said, this just comes off as a toned down Sexy Red. I was really excited for this because I thought I was going to get more of that older, like a futuristic summer sound with that Zaytoven style type Atlanta sound.
She's on that album, right?
I believe her or one of her friends are. But I thought I was going to get more of that sound happening on this project. And while this is a more modernized, quote unquote, trap drill sounding album, it just comes off very. This is Diet Sexy Red, and not in a good way. Like I expected more from this. I wish I would have got a more older rendition of like I said, the late 2000s, early 2010s trap era sound, like with Zaytoven and all that. I wish that was more layered throughout this project, but instead we only get one song like that, and it's a song with Show Haters with Quavo on there. The features on this project do nothing for me. We have a government mandated Huncho feature, which I severely hate those features.
Don't understand.
It's like
Huncho,
every time, it's like we know the group that's listening to Huncho just based off of the features that he's doing for these other artists. We know who's listening to Huncho. Y'all gotta stop. Free yourself from the shackles of what Huncho is. Because he sounds the same on every single song. He has no passion on whatever he's singing. He just sounds like auto-tune dribble at this point. I'm sorry, B. I got to go on my Huncho rant. My bad, B.
No, you good.
But me overall, this project lacks the quality and the character of what makes a Sexy Red type great. This is all this is. It's Diet Sexy Red, and not in the good way. You could tell that there's no sugar in this. You could taste the no sugar. At least like with something that's like a diet version of something, but it still tastes like that same thing. All right, cool. I get it. This, you could taste the no sugar in here. And it's
so
not
you
a great
you
no
think
sugar.
she's more of a character than actually authentically her? I get that from the voice. I know how some artists they have a different rapping voice, but I don't know. I just feel like it's like overdid a little bit with the voice
Yeah,
and what
I
she's
feel like it
doing.
is hyperbolic. I feel like it's over exaggerated. But the problem is, Sexy Red sounds the same as her, but toned down. With Sexy Red, it feels real. It feels authentic.
Yeah.
I see it. This, there's just so much missing. The flavor is missing from this, B. And I hate to say that. And yes, I know, like, you're looking for substance in this type of album. No, I'm not saying that. But you know, when we listen to something like a Chief Keef Finally Rich, B, everything was there, B. We got it. And it was good music. The Sexy Red's Hood Hottest Princess. I didn't like any of her projects after that one, but I got it. It was there. I get the Sexy Red appeal just from that project. This, there's nothing unique and there's nothing that stands out about this. And I'm not saying every single project I got to listen to is unique and has to stand out.
Yeah.
But if you're in this realm and you sound like this, you're going to sound like someone else.
Yeah. Sexy Red has like opened up a portal similar to what Cardi B did. Cardi B Lane opened up a portal for the Sexy Reds, and now Sexy Red is opening up a portal for girls like what's her name?
PLUTO.
PLUTO. To expand on this conversation before you get into other things you listen to, me and Four had a little mini discussion on Twitter because he actually really liked this project and he felt that it was a lot of hits on here. And I was like, hits? And that confused me. And I was like, what do you consider a hit? He was like, when do you think? I say, I don't think I heard any hit on this album. He said, have you heard When Whammy? And I'm like, yeah. He said, was that a hit to you? And I was like, nah. And he's like, if you don't think When Whammy was a hit, then you don't know what a hit is in 2025. And I was like, I was like, 2025 hip hop period don't know what a hit is. And then he starts talking about how like, because I told him about how like, it's no hits. We don't even have a song of the summer. Cause and then he starts saying how like the hit, how they look at it now is like Dreams and Nightmares, for example. Dream and Nightmares is a if you know, you know. It's a classic hit song to people. Like you play this at any place in a club, in a party, it's that song. But it didn't chart on billboards. When Whammy did though. Like lower 50s or something like that, right? But what I'm trying to say is in this point of time, the hit song is, it's a little watered down. TikTok, When Whammy was a popular TikTok song, right? And he was just he was saying how like When Whammy was that type of song, like the if you know you know type of song now. That's a hit song. And I was like, we didn't call those hits when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? It was
That's
just
because it's not a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit to me, because I don't say I think we was having different discussions about a hit. A hit to me is like a top 40, top 30, even on I'm thinking Billboard. I'm saying I can't escape a hit, but I guess that's a smash. You know what I'm thinking of a mega hit.
So me and you have had this conversation plenty of times about pop music, what's considered pop, yada yada, whoop whoop whoop, right? When Whammy is not a hit.
It's
When
like,
Whammy is a viral song.
Yeah, When Whammy is the F nigga free of 2025. You get what I'm saying? That's what that's not a hit to me.
I think with TikTok, it's severely watered down what a hit is, because the thing is with hits, a lot of the time, people don't really like these songs if it has numbers on TikTok. They're trying to catch on that trend and capitalize off of those views.
That's like, so like Jello, G2, Swerve on that corner, whoa, that was a hit.
Popular, but it's not a hit.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying
Luther
in this era,
is a hit.
It's a hit. It's a hit.
A lot of the songs off of GNX is hits.
Yeah.
These songs are not hits. The closest that we have to a hit is this song and that song from A Futuristic Summer, the Quavo one, because it has a little dance challenge to it.
Take Me Through There.
Yeah, Take Me Through
But
There.
it's a hit. It's a if you know you know hit. It's not.
But that's like saying,
that's what you give it.
So it's like, a culturally relevant
hit.
song.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even say that. It's a culturally relevant song, just like the Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
But the problem with making that comparison is that Dreams and Nightmares, we've seen that stand the test of time. When Whammy, we haven't really had enough time.
But I'm saying we wouldn't. But look, that's what I'm saying. If Dreams and Nightmares intros was out now, it would be considered a hit. But in our time, when it came out, it didn't even hit Billboard. It was on like Heat Seekers or something like that. Because I'm saying, but that's a if you know type of song to me, a cultural relevant song. And I feel like a lot of these other songs are just viral songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the TikTok era is a viral. So when he said a hit in 2025, I was like, when he said that if you know, I was like, oh, we wouldn't call those hits. But now I understand what you mean that it's a hit now. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is this, B. Yeet has bigger songs than that. Does Yeet have a hit?
He have some TikTok hits. And I'm talking about in that era, but not he don't have a Breathe would be like one of those, right? For him. But Breathe wasn't a song where I was just like hearing it everywhere like I feel like a hit was, like a hit song would be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeet has bigger numbers, considering it's still kind of an underground artist. I know a lot of people who probably don't even know who Yeet is.
Because like think about it.
He does numbers though.
Let's take it in the early 2000s. Let's Go, Growing Up, Pump It Up. It was a hit record. But it wasn't Pump It Up is a hit record, but it wasn't even like a mega hit. But it was a hit that you could still hear today in like a freaking football game or at a basketball game arena. You know what I'm saying? I just think, like you said, it's watered down. So that's why I was like, okay, he heard other viral songs that could have been off that album. And I'm just like, for me, I didn't. And I think that's what age and just stuff go in different eras.
You know what's a hit be? That Kehlani Folded song. That Bryson Tiller and Chris Brown.
That's a good song.
Deserved.
I like that song.
No, I agree, but those are hits. They are well, I can't say naturally, but they are growing. They are everywhere. Whenever I'm hearing something, I hear those songs.
So is Wham Whammy still a popular song, like on TikTok to this day?
I don't be hearing it on TikTok.
Yeah, I hear Take Me Through There on my wife's thing. I usually
Same.
gauge it off what, like I used to hear Wham Whammy like earlier this year on her TikTok, but now I've been hearing Take Me Through There, Take Me Through There. It ain't PLUTO on that song? Oh no.
I think her or her friend is, because I think
Yeah.
the song blew up and her friend was on there, and I guess people's like, oh, now that she see that Take Me Through There is getting popular, she want to make amends with her friend now.
Oh, they was beefing?
Yeah, I guess they beefing or something like that. And she put out a formal apology on whatever platform she was being interviewed on.
Oh my god.
So yeah, PLUTO World, Diet Sexy Red, and also you got to change the name because the branding of PLUTO itself is tied to Future so much, and a lot of people on Twitter, she got to change that name.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people say. She got to change that name.
I don't
Literally, Future has a whole album called PLUTO, and Future's hip hop. I mean, his nickname is PLUTO. So
he's PLUTO, bro. So
yeah.
What you got, B? What all you listen to this week, man?
Besides that, man, shout out to Tory Lanez, not with any of the acts that people think or does not think that he did, but he did release the new Toronto 1 and 2, which is a Gangsta Grills mixtape series that he has with DJ Drama. He re-released them. These are some mixtapes that came out when I was in college. I really enjoyed them. I was able to listen to the new Toronto 1. I've talked about these mixtapes before, so I'm not going to say it again on the channel. Really enjoyed new Toronto 1. Brought me back to those vibes of me being in my college dorm. Only gripe I have with new Toronto 1. It said it's like a Tory Lanez DJ Drama album, like a collab album, but literally it's like they stripped DJ Drama's vocals out, but you could faintly hear him on the song still. And I'm like, okay, what's the problem with this? That's only my little gripe, because if you're gonna put a Gangsta Grills mixtape up, if you're gonna do the no DJ version, put no DJ. But if I'm expecting to hear DJ Drama on there, don't mute his vocals and have him in the ad libs here and there whenever you want him. I don't know. It could be a whole thing with him not really wanting to associate with Tory Lanez. Yada whoop. All right, cool. I understand. But some other things I listened to this week. I listened to Dark Low for the first time. Chance's mother actually recommended this to me.
She be on her underground stuff for real, bro. Hey, Doc Low just got out.
He was in jail. See, I didn't even know he was in jail.
He just got out like a month ago or something.
Listening to this, the project is called American Made. She told me to check it out. I'm not sure if he also produced this project as well, because I heard he's a producer. From the American Made, I thought he's gonna be on his woke blackity black. America has created the hoods. Beam bam, I shot him with the potty. I'm okay. I got that instead. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he's from Philly, bro. He from Philly, B. Come on, man.
Yeah, I got that real quick because I'm like, oh, he sounds like Meek Mill mixed with some type of Griselda like modern day sound.
I heard this album.
He just
I looked at
it. Did you like it? I thought it was all right.
No, I never was he's middle of the road to me in that era. Like Dark Low never appealed to me. The only album I really enjoyed from him the most was Charlie Pope and Borrowed Time with Harry Fry and V-Don. Those are the ones I like the most.
But yeah, Dark Low, American Made. It's not bad. It's not for me. This is music that I definitely could say is not for me. But I did like the song with him and Benny though. That song was pretty good.
That's Benny in his prime.
I know, sadly. Before he started going off on internet nerds. But another album I listened to, Rochelle Jordan, Through the Wall. I saw a TikTok ad for this because some guy was dancing to it, and I'm like, hold up, this actually sounds good. And so it made me actually go listen to the album. I believe she's from Canada, born British, Black woman, making some really good sounding dance music. This isn't like anything like fantastic, great, but I did enjoy my listen with this. I had fun with this while I was listening to it. This is something fun I listened to. That's all I can really describe it. It's just a fun listen. Made me want to, do a little. Made me want to do that. B.
Okay, a little
Another thing
bobbing.
I listened to. Yeah, a little bobbing. I also been listening to Baby Chief Do It recently. I don't know why, but I listened to his one song "Fried Chicken." I guess it
Oh,
was a
so
freestyle on
yeah.
Mafia-thon 3. I saw the video pop up on my thing, and I'm like, let me listen to my first Baby Chief Do It song. And I'm like, I kind of like it. And I like
Mhm.
his presence in the music video. I'm like, he's a kid having fun.
He's
And
little
he has
Riley
so much
Freeman, B.
character. He is, but he's a kid having fun on these music videos. He shows so much character in these music videos. It just looks fun. Despite the subject matter of him, blasting on his ops and all that type of stuff. I'm like, but he's a kid. He's just having fun. But he do look like Riley. Now, whether ChatGPT wrote that or not, I have no idea. But that's another story for another time. I also listened to the new Chance remix for his song Ride, which was the second track off of
With
Starline.
Twister.
Yeah, because the music video came out for that. Really enjoyed it. It made me go back to the him and Jay Electronica Just a Drop song. And oh my gosh. All I need is one. That song is hard. Jay Electronica, Harmonica, Hanukkah. Yeah, he's doing his thing on that. I love that song. But that's about it really for I also listened to the new BI album. Just to put something on my I was like, I gotta put the hazmat suit on for something on this.
Hey, zip it all the way up.
Yeah, because I was like, it's either this or the DDG. Someone got to cover this, and B, I know you're not touching either of those albums with a 20-foot pole. You know how people say 10
You
foot?
about to listen
Yeah,
to
I'm about
Doodoo
to double it for
Garbage?
you. B, someone has to do some coverage on this. Someone has to for the culture.
How was the Bia album?
It was I don't want to say it was multi-genre, but this is a very forgettable album. I can see if somebody liked this album because of all the different sounds happening on here, but she didn't impress me as an MC. Her character, her personality didn't wow me. It was just a very forgettable album. I listened to this like 1.5 times, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't it for me. I'm like, I tried to give it a try, gave it a spin at least, but I didn't expect it to wow me, but I'm just like, I'm kind of bored throughout this album.
Damn.
And even some of the features didn't do it for me. And like she had Denzel Curry, ASAP Ferg on here on one song. I'm forgetting some of the track list right here, but yeah,
You see, she said she wasn't gonna beef with go back and forth with Cardi B. No, because
yes.
she don't want to go back and forth with her and her writer. I'm like, all right,
her
she's
and
scary,
Party.
B. She's scared. That's all.
Well,
That
this is
sounded to
true.
me.
This is true. We also thought the track 15 was going to be about her and Cardi. It was about a guy cheating or whatever.
Oh my god.
So yeah, nothing did it for me on this album. I did like the song with her and Key Glock though. That was pretty good.
Glock.
But yeah, that's about it though. Yeah, Bia. Yeah, wouldn't want to be and then when I want to pee whatever.
Before one song I forgot to talk about was I listened to Reggie's new song. He put out a video, Headstone. Shout out to Reggie, man. I think our album's coming. I'm really excited for that. Reggie's just a dope artist, man. You have those certain artists you just want the best for. Reggie's one of those artists for me, man. Because I said he disappeared for a while, and now he's back. And for the last 2 singles, the songs he put out, I really enjoyed them, and I'm ready for the album, man. Shout out to Reggie Helms.
That's what I like to hear, B.
Yeah.
Are we ready to talk about the trio of the hour?
Yeah, man. Let's get into it, bro.
Mobb Deep's Infinite. Shout out to Mass Appeal. Shout out to Nas for releasing this. R.I.P. to Prodigy. Havoc Alchemist. They had to do what they had to do. If you guys do not know who Mobb Deep is, a duo from New York. The infamous duo from New York, might I say. I will preface this conversation like this. I am not a Mobb Deep fan. I listened to the Infamous and all that last year for the first time. Well, I've listened to some of the Infamous before. But I listened to Infamous on the album after the Infamous. I listened to that album. Was it Murder Music or
no?
Hell on Earth?
Hell on Earth.
Listen to those for the first time, like as an adult. last year. I really enjoyed them. But I have not went back to any of their other works. I have not went through the discography. I do not consider myself a Mobb Deep fan, but I did like those 2 albums. We even have a review of The Infamous on here on the channel that we did, I think, earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Prodigy has passed away. He is part of a duo with an honorary member of Alchemist being there. And they had to put some things together. They had to work some things out. And with the help of Nas, they were able to construct potentially probably their last album together. And I know this had to be a hard thing for Havoc and Alchemist to do, seeing that one person that they were once close to is gone, having to hear their voice over and over, having to work with vocals that weren't necessarily made for the songs that they made, and they have to work around that. They also have to rap around that, use the subject matter, yada yada. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm putting that preface in so that way people know you guys are being too hard on it. This is half a posthumous album. We get that. I gave the same grace to the last Gangstar album with DJ Premier having to produce around Guru's voice. B, I seen people on the timeline saying this is one of the better albums of this year. This is better than the Clips album, which was blasphemous to a degree. I would never say anything like that because that's very unfair. That's very unfair. And I will say this right now. I am grading this album on a curve. Prodigy is not here. He was not able to rap about a whole bunch of modern things that's happened because Prodigy died, early 2010s, I believe? I could be wrong.
2015?
Mid 2010s. There's a lot of things that he cannot talk about, reference to, or speak on that someone like a Havoc can. Havoc has to work around that, bring the modernization into it, but also bring that older feeling into this album. I remember Havoc said something like, I forgot what song it was. Something, what's in your chromosomes? Oh, wait, I can't say that. I might get canceled for that. Something like that. I'm
2017, he passed away.
Okay, I apologize for being wrong on that one.
I was wrong too.
But
I said 2015.
You are right, B. But B, closer. As someone who is shut up. But B, as someone who is a Mobb Deep fan, I gotta ask you, how did you feel about this album?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. My first listen, I did not like this, bro. I was like I heard it. I'm like, okay, Against the World. I know that was one of the singles. I like that track. Gunfire. I'm like, I don't like this. Easy, bro. It just wasn't connecting with me. I don't know if it was I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but I listened to this whole album on my way to work. But B, a few hours later, I put the headphones on. I was at work. I was vibing, doing my thing, and I re-listened to this full album, and it clicked for me. I believe this is probably one of the best albums that came out this year, in my opinion. I ain't saying it's better than the Clips album. You know, we only had it for freaking 48 hours. But I could say my 3 listens in that this is probably one of my favorite releases this year as well. From Prodigy, when it came to the unreleased verses we heard, the songs just fit really well for me. The production to me was so stellar, bro. I was like, whoa. I love what Havoc did, and I love the few tracks Alchemist did. It brought it in. Like, this is the perfect marriage. If you're gonna put out a posthumous album with MC, that's out, it's not here no more. And these are 2 guys that will have the background, they will have the canvas, the paint, you know what I mean? It would be these 2 guys for Prodigy, man. And I think they did a great service. Gunfire. I repeat that hook like every day. Like my wife be like, "What are you saying?" I'll be like, "Gunfire." Gunfire. I don't know. So I love how Prodigy sounded on the production. At first, I was, the first time I listened to it, I'm like, man, why I feel like it's some AI involved in this. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I was in my conspiracy bag. And I really enjoy the rapping on here from Prodigy. I even like Havoc. I feel like Havoc held his own more on the production side. Easy, bruh. Look at Me with Clips was so dope. The M, the O, the B, it's Mobb Deep. And I think they was paying homage to that's an old song. I think it's from what's KRS One them? I think it was them. It's like a playing homage to them because I recently listened to like Criminal Minded and stuff like that. And then Down For You, I love that hook from Georgia. And they put out two versions of that. Taj Mahal, I love, you know how P rap, you have that conversation rap. Yeah, Prodigy, he's talking to you when he rap to you, bro. He's not trying to kill you with no double entendres. He just giving you quotable lines, and I'm talking to you when I rap. You know what I'm saying? And then you bringing up him not being able to be, you know, more modern, you know, because he's no longer with us. Is one thing I also wish we had, because, you know, Havoc had, you know, some current bars with like the COVID line and stuff like that. And Prodigy was always on his conspiracy theory thing. So you just never know what else he could have brought to this with modern information, you know, current information. But Taj Mahal, I don't know how you felt about that song, V, but I like when people just on there just
No,
talking.
yeah, it's
And then
good.
we went, you know, I picked up Al. So and so. Then we hit the Taj Mahal. You know, so I was like, ooh, this is so hard. And then Mr. Magic was a song that I just did not understand the first time I heard it. I was just like, you know, I was like, why I do not like this song? Like my first listen, bro, I only like 4 or 5 songs. But then like re-listen, and then just like Gunfire hit for me and Mr. Magic. They call me Mr. Magic. They call me Mr. Magic. And then I just like how like Havoc was finishing bars, because I feel like this was probably just P song. Because Havoc, only thing he did on here was finish P lines, right? Like they was going back and forth.
This is the one
If
where
I'm
he
not
was talking
mistaken.
about David Blaine, like
Blaine,
all my
like, oh yeah,
sons,
them,
David
like
Blaine,
Chris
something
Angel,
like that.
they blame my sons and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah, make you disappear like that magic trick. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
the score points was dope. I like that. Like, you don't score points if he ain't a gangster, stuff like that. And My Era, I didn't really care for the hook on My Era when he was like Jay-Z. You know, I didn't really
Oh,
care
he's
for that.
naming
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, yeah. I didn't really
At
care
first,
for
I
that
thought it
hook.
was like like a New York thing. Then he started naming
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg and the Dog
Snoop
Pound. I'm
Dogg and
like,
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
hold up.
Yeah, yeah. I was, you know, when I first, okay, so what I like to do is I hear a title and I drive and I kind of think of the context of like what the album's gonna be. I mean, what the song's gonna be. So I was thinking My Era was gonna be, we are My Era. We chopping cut up niggas. That's My Era. You know, I was in my head like, see, I was on point with the how he was gonna flow on it, like the hook, but I was just thinking they was gonna talk about the things they did in their era, but not like talk about hip hop artists. And
Mm.
Port of Henny is like the most Mobb Deep track with Nas on that joint. Fire. Oh my God. And then Clear Black Nights is dope, but Ghostface and Ray on there and sounded dope. Discontinue was dope. I like that one. And then, you know, the second version of Love the Way with her was cool. And The Real Thing, you know, just the end off track, pretty dope. I like that as well. I really enjoy this, bro. Like I'm telling him, it hit me my second listen. First listen, I was like, yo, I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't click. You know, when sometimes you hear something and it just don't click for you. But man, the verses was dope, man. Like I'm happy they wasn't like no put together reuse verses and stuff like that. I
With
actually liked
Frankenstein
that
together.
he really sounded like I actually did this. Even him referencing, you know, Al in songs, referencing Havoc in songs. I love that. Who they still having this conversation. It's like who the best, I like that stuff. That me and H is, you know what I mean? So it brought him
Mhm.
into the album as well. And like when it comes to context, when it comes to like subject matter with Mobb Deep, especially like you said, you know, he's no longer with us. You gonna get the stab, the beat a nigga up, clap a nigga. You know, I was like, pause when P said, "Who known for beating niggas up, clapping niggas?" You know, so I was like, all right, hey P, pause. But overall, man, from this, I love the production on here. I love the rapping on here. Hey man, just what Mass Appeal did, I have to give them a clap. B how they did this project. Like this to me is probably like top in my cat like top 15, top 10 albums I heard this year. Like
Mm.
I really enjoyed it. And I like you said, I graded on the curb, but I'm like, this is good. This is good. This is a good problem. In my if you know, I was on Twitter being a little troll to my mid appeal. I don't know if you've seen that in your comments. I don't know. But I was, being a little troll, messing around. But yeah, B, what'd you think about it, man?
Like I prefaced it before, I'm not a Mobb Deep fan. So there's certain things I'm gonna go into this album not really knowing context of or having, because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going. Because was it in the song Against the World where Prodigy said to Havoc, "I'll see you on the other side"? I'm like, ooh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. See
that
you on
kind
the
of
other
feels a
side.
bit weird. I'm like, that
Yeah. That's what made me think
something.
AI.
Yeah, I was like, that kind of felt a little like too like current. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Going into this project, knowing that Havoc and Alchemist was going to hum the reins on this, make sure everything was put well together. I actually enjoyed it. I was a bit shaky because I didn't hear the single. I heard Against the World, and I'm like, especially for the intro of the album. I'm like, I like it, but if this is how you starting off the album, nah, this ain't it. But that gunfire came on. I'm like, oh, okay. Then Easy Bruh. I said, oh, okay. I was looking at the track list while I was listening to the song. Look at me. I'm like, ooh, I'd rather rap with your spirit than other niggas alive. I'm like,
yeah, that was good. Yeah, that push was wild for that.
Mm-hmm. One song I was a bit iffy on. I enjoy it enough because I'm like, all right, this feels like it's paying homage to something. I just couldn't put my finger on it. The M, the O, the B.
Oh, first I didn't like it at first either. B.
I was like, yeah, because first I'm like, this feels so old timey to spell something out in a song. I'm like, it's Mobb Deep. I'm like, all right, cool. This one kind of, I was like, this feels a bit oldie, but like I said, I'm grading this on the curve, so I'm like, all right, I don't know when this came out, when he recorded these vocals, yada yada. We heard the Down For You song, and I'm like, is this a Mobb Deep S track? Because I'm like, I really do like this song right here with Mobb Deep. Nas,
they do their girl records. But B, Nas gave them these tracks, most definitely.
Oh yeah. Because I'm like, this sounds like something. I'm like, that don't it sonically it does not fit the rest of that album. It don't. Because I was thrown off by it sonically. I'm like, this don't sound like it. I'm like, but I still like it though. This is a record that I like. Taj Mahal came on. Every song that Alchemist produced on this bad boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now Alchemist Fatigue, throw that out the window. But see, this is what we talk about with Alchemist Fatigue. Look, he saves his premium beats for who he knows needs them. He's giving all these other Negroes these dusty beats. These no drum beats. Stop it. You know what to do to lock in. He knows what to do. Now I'm disappointed even more in the previous Alchemist works lately. Because every song on here that he produced, and it was perfect what Prodigy and Havoc was doing on them songs. Yeah. I'm like,
bro,
what are you up to?
They was like a really dope duo, man. Like you said, he was the other part of Mobb Deep, man. The stuff they used to do together, the Albert Einstein work, just NHIC, they just made dope stuff together.
I agree. Mr. Magic, hard. Score points. My era. This is one of the times where I'm like, dang, I wish like Prodigy was here currently, because what would he say in this current climate on a song like this? I'm just saying, B, even though Havoc was able to bring that modernization into this, I really wish I could have heard what Prodigy would have said on a song like this. Pour the Henny, fantastic. Nas was great on Clear Black Nights, fantastic. Raekwon and Ghostface did their thing. I felt like this was also paying homage to some of the features that they had on previous Mobb Deep works as well. Discontinued, I wish the album kind of would have ended off right.
Ended on that one.
I'm cool with the part, the Love the Way, Down For You Part 2, and We The Real Thing was all right. I feel like Discontinued to me felt like the real closer of the album right here. So if I could have just, snipped them last two songs off, because I didn't really need a part 2. I like her. I'm a fan of her. Got some of her albums on record. I didn't need the part 2 though. It's cool because maybe it's paying homage to Shook One's part 1 and part 2. Maybe it's trying to do something like that. I didn't need it though.
It gave me like those last 2 tracks were like bonus tracks. Because at least with Shook One Part 2, and one they have 2 different beats, right? Am I bugging? Yeah. So these 2 was the same beat, different hook, different verses. Even though Nas reused the Georgia Smith line in a way, he switched it up. Like, oh, blew a kiss at Georgia Smith at a Georgia Smith concert. Like But other than that,
yeah. But for me, at first I heard this album. I'm like, all right, this is cool. This wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as great as other people were making it seem, but also I'm not as privy in the Mobb Deep discography. I'm not going to compare this to any of their previous projects while they were both living, because obviously they were both living and current, or both able to work on those projects with the young and upcoming Alchemist as well. But going into this project, my expectations were set pretty low, because I'm like, I know these are people that were close to Prodigy that's working on this project. I didn't want this to feel so like put together, like it's a Frankenstein monster. Where I'm just like, this feels disjointed, because a project that I recently listened to, even though it was like a year or two ago, was the Gangstar project, the last one that DJ Premier put out when Dolo was passed. DJ Premier has even said that, I had to produce for leftover Guru vocals that weren't really probably meant for Gangstar, and you could feel that to a degree because Guru's flow and voice sounds completely different compared to what he would usually do on the Gangstar projects. To me, honestly, this felt great. Like I couldn't even. Obviously, there are certain things where if Havoc were to say something current, but Prodigy really wouldn't, you could tell. That's the only way you could tell. But honestly, you could say that they made this all a few years ago and they just now putting this out.
Yeah, that's that. And another one thing about what P is, what Prodigy is, when you listen to his music, he's more of a kind of conversationalist type of MC. Like I said, he gives you the quotables. He talks to you. Like he just say stuff to you. Like what he said. You can't son me. My father's dead. Like just like simple stuff like that. It's just like who only one person can say it. And you know what I mean. It's Prodigy. So that's the stuff that I'm like him not be able to talk about current things. Because he's no longer with us, but it doesn't really affect it because him as an MC, he's talking to you regardless. It could still fit in any era. Like some things that I'm gonna say to you, like the things I'm gonna do to you, and just the stuff that some real stuff that I just see. So I don't know. I was like, dang, why did it didn't click for me first listen? I think I was just off that on Friday morning, bro. I was just off, and I put these joints on, and I just put them boys in noise cancellation mode and just listen to the music while I work, and I was just like, oh no, I'm tripping. It's fire. This fire. Bro,
I really
first
enjoyed
listen,
this.
I didn't care for the freaking Look at Me record, bro. From the first listen with
Honestly, you
clips.
tripping me.
I was like, bro, I feel like the beat didn't sound the same when I was driving. And then I put the headphone, I'm like, I'm hearing things I didn't hear in the car. I'm like, oh, I'm tripping. Now this is fire. I'm tripping.
Because they was on a 3-track run from Gunfire to Look at Me.
Yeah.
3-track. Nice
Yeah.
run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But nah, man. Shout out to Mass Appeal, Nas. What's up?
The only reason I have a problem with the modern thing is because all the other releases on Mass Appeal have been kind of having a more modernized, but the older rappers being a bit more modernized. That is the only reason I had that in there, because through this whole run, I felt like that was the whole like theme of this run of legends being put in today's time and day. I mean, time and age. But to me, it doesn't take away from that, because to me, this doesn't feel like one of those Mass Appeal. This is easily the best Mass Appeal release so far out of that whole
Most definitely.
This is easily like the best one, which is crazy because all the other ones, I guess them going for the more modernized take kind of took away from it versus this.
Because it's their world though.
Well, true. And they stuck true to it. And I gotta say,
keep going. My bad.
I was gonna say Prodigy, major presence on the mic. But I'm not gonna say anything bad about Havoc because he was putting in overtime on this. Different flow. He had presence, switching the cadences every now and then, and producing most of this. Havoc is the all-star of this project.
Yeah, and one thing about it, I saw it's a whole Twitter account where they break down like who rapped the most or more bars. It's numbers something. But anyways, Havoc has less verses and less, lyrics on this project as well. Like he's rapping on like every song, but I'm saying one thing I also like what they did with, Havoc having a lot of the production range. They actually had a good amount of stuff for Prodigy can actually be, a main focus as an MC, and had enough material to produce 15 tracks worth of like, posthumous verses. Like that's dope.
And it sounded all good.
And Havoc, he had to be him, and I don't know if Al like helped him like mix and do certain things. I don't know who mixed. I'm pretty sure like they probably didn't mix it. They probably had some other people to mix it, but the mixing was great. Like whoever was the mixer, shout out to them. And I can't really get in too much detail of some of the production, but just some of the things that Havoc was doing. That's one thing about Havoc. There's some stuff that he flips, certain sounds he adds into beats. He's different as a producer, and he's very underrated. He's underrated as a rapper / producer. They have those conversations, and people don't bring up Havoc. I've seen
people saying that Havoc was the best rapper producer this weekend.
For real,
I've been seeing that
because I don't know, because it was a point, and me being a Mobb Deep fan where I didn't even think about Havoc as a producer. I'm just more focused on him as a hip MC with him and Prodigy. And then as later on, as I get older and, go back and listen to the stuff, and I'm like, hold up, who made this beat? Hold up. Just like, Havoc was on I'm like, dang, like he's mad underrated. Havoc got some stuff, bro. I forgot that one beat he did on the Infamous. I don't know, it blanking on me, but like, just is it Temperature Rising? Temperature Rising. Just like the stuff that he
Uh,
was doing, bro. Is just Havoc different, man. He different,
yeah.
but yeah.
To me, this
Did he
album
produce
was
the beat for
really
Did he produce the beat from Down for You? That beat,
down for you.
the down, with Georgia Smith on there.
Yeah. I'm trying to see right now. It says produced by Havoc. Yep.
Yeah, bro. Just that beat right there, bro. I like that beat
And it was a
too.
completely different sound compared to everything
Mm-hmm.
else.
Yep.
So
Shout out to
that's what will
Havoc.
definitely lead you to not believe that it sound like he produced it.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But
this
he
was
and
primarily between him and Alchemist, though.
yeah, I think Alchemist did like what four tracks?
I think 3 or 4.
Yeah, he somewhere
Yeah,
around
4.
there. Yeah.
Gunfire, Taj Mahal, Score Points in
Mm-hmm.
My Era.
Yep. You know what Prodigy? I mean, what Alchemist? Right when I heard Towns Mahal, I was like, oh yeah, this Al. You know what I'm saying? I just do it. I was like, yeah, this heat. But no, shout out to this project, man. Shout out to Mass Appeal, Nas. They did really, Havoc, Alchemist, man. They really did their thing with this one, man. This is dope.
Yeah. This also makes me really appreciate some of the inserts and clips that they put in We Don't Trust You, Future and Metro Boomin's album with Prodigy speaking
I
the whole album.
I wish they did a little skits in here because I was thinking about like all the like dope skits that there was back in the days on certain albums. Them skits, they should have had some skits in here though. That would have been fire. Cause some of the best skits in hip hop come from a lot of those golden era New York joints. They got some funny skits, especially like Wu Tang. Thinking of like the Wu Tang skits, Prodigy skits, them just talking throughout the albums and stuff like that. But yeah, dope album, bro.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Shout out to Mass Appeal and Mobb Deep for this one right
Mm-hmm.
here. And
Yeah,
Alchemist, who is an
yes
honorary member.
sir, yes sir.
Let us know what y'all think about Mobb Deep's Infamous down in the comment section down below. Would be is it time to get on to the last topic of the day? Some discussion.
Yes sir, man. Let's get into that, man. What we discussing, B? I don't even remember. No,
The Kendrick is the North Star of hip hop.
Kendrick is the North Star of hip hop, bro. Let's get into this, man. Nas spoke to Rolling Stone about, his current run, I guess, in music and what he's doing with the casinos and blah, blah, blah. And the interviewer in this article here asked Nas about the parallels between Kendrick Lamar and Hip Hop Is Dead album and song, I guess, and just what it would mean in the ecosystem of today's era, B. So, B, do you mind reading this for us, our resident reader here?
For the YouTube watchers, y'all can see it on the screen. For the audio only listeners, this is not speaking. We all as artists love this art form and have our opinions on it. Kendrick is one of the brightest stars we've ever seen, and I don't only mean superstar. I mean like the North Star. I think he's one of those. Out of all the artists in this business, there's some that's not here for the art. When we see those people that are not here for the art damaging it, you're hurting the future of the art. So I think artists like Kendrick are going to speak out. There's a couple of them out there, younger, older, that say what they say. I think there was an Outkast video. One of the guys wore a Hip Hop Is Dead shirt even before I said it. I didn't see that until later. It's just been a conversation naturally. Like any sport, you want to thrive. You don't want the NBA to start slowing down. You want it to thrive. The ball players want it to thrive. We're going to call out anytime we see it. Sometimes the rest of us won't see it. Sometimes it'll take Kendrick to remind us where we are lacking.
So, B, what's your thoughts? Since you read it, it's fresh on your mental. You said those words that Nas said. How do you feel about
This is a bunch of hogwash. I don't want to hear this. What are we talking about? Nas did Hip Hop Is Dead, and right after that, he put out the N-Word album. Very heavily political topics and themes happening on that album. Kendrick put out To Pimp a Butterfly, then after that, Dang. Cool. But after, because we're comparing the parallels of like, oh, Hip Hop Is Dead and Watch the Party Die. After Watch the Party Die came out, he put out GNX with a whole bunch of party and turn up anthems. What there are you giving to the art? I want to know. And he's talking about damaging the art. Nas, you have bigged up people like Lil Nas X. Was that not damaging the art? Nas has some of the weirdest co-signing takes I've ever seen. Kendrick Lamar, goated, obviously. Never gonna take that away. But dog, what are we talking about? And then the thing is, sometimes the highest quality music isn't always the best sounding music. Wipe Me Down is not one of the best quality sounding songs ever. But god dang it, is it a fun, great song? Correct. Is it pushing the art forward though, B? Is In the Club pushing the art forward? Was Jay-Z pushing the art forward with Big Pimpin' and all that? What are we talking about, B?
I echo your sentiments, bro. Like I really have like him choosing Kendrick to be the North Star. I actually have no problem with it. It's just the way we use certain artists and use them as like the proxy of like what is great art is. That's my problem. Because at this point, when you said, okay, Kendrick did this and then he put out this, which is the balance? Like, just give me names of the artists of the songs that you say is damaging the culture before we can actually pinpoint these people and know what needs and what not to be put out. Because at the same time, hip hop comes from the party, it comes from the dancing, it comes from having fun, and sometimes it comes from being ignorant and not knowing some of the things you do, but you know what you're doing and what your neighborhood, where you come from. And sometimes, hip hop's a little tough, bro. Hip hop's a little, like we said before, it's a little misogynistic. Hip hop's a little homophobic. Hip hop is not just all positivity and all about the art. We just got to be honest. Our forefathers were saying some things in those songs, bro, that a lot of us not, we don't find fun to, especially in this era that we can't champion. So it's like we need to pick, like, let us know what artists you don't like. Because Kendrick didn't say that. He blurted out some stuff. He didn't let us know what artist it was. It can't be Drake. He don't want Drake out. He likes singing Drake. We need to pinpoint these artists. Let's stop being like like what DMX when he said he didn't like Drake, even though he called everything back. RP to X. But he was just, I'm gonna just straight up say it. Nas, let us know who the artist. Cause like you said, B, what he said, what he did? Lil Nas X, man. What a cosign.
Put his hands on his shoulder, B, on that big old stage. I don't want to hear nothing from you, Nas.
Man, this is what I'm saying. And Nas a GOAT, man. He's one of the best of all times. But it's like we have to pinpoint. We need to know. We want to know who you are. We want to know what you feel about these certain artists. We want to see what we can be like, oh, this is real hip hop and this not. Because if I go squabble up, squabble up, squabble up,
B, that's
like
pushing the art forward. That's
yeah,
pushing
but
the
I'm saying
art.
I like that song, so I can't dance and groove and chill
Hey.
to squabbling up. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I remember when the Hip Hop is Dead stuff, that Laffy Taffy, that was my joint. I was a kid. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's fun things out there. When I say damaging the culture, could I be damaging the culture talking about killing people? Could I be damaging the culture by listening to Pusha T and talking about cocaine music and flipping the bricks? How am I? Or is it because it's a high art because of the production? Pharrell produced it, or he got a beat from Kanye. What makes it damaging the culture? You could damage the culture in multiple ways. Just because I want to dance and have fun, how am I damaging the culture? But if I rap really well on how I can flip a brick, or I hid cocaine under my freaking pillow, a freaking bedroom when I was a kid, and do a double entendre with that, is it high art? So we gotta understand what is damaging culture. We don't have no evidence or no pinpoint this is damaging the culture. Because all of this stuff was already in the culture way before our time, B. So, and a lot of these guys that talk about the drugs, talk about the killing, a lot of them funded a lot of our favorite rappers to become who they are today. And they talked about those stories. Escobar is rapping about a gun, the whole album. I mean, not a whole album, a whole song, and talk about a bullet and going here and boo, 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 and all this. I am a gun. Dang. Wow. I'm a gun. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
Like,
have the power.
I'm just saying, that type of stuff is dope. It's dope. It's creative. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment. It's art. Yes. the rapping freaking gun, like cool. But like at the same time, what's bad for hip hop? What's bad for the culture? What's bad for the art form? If we have all these different definitions that people say the same thing but over different type of production, but drill is bad because they say it like this and it's not over a premiere beat. Y'all saying the same shit, it's just a different canvas. That's how I look at it, B. That's just what hip hop is. We come from different eras. I speak differently than you. I slur. I don't pronounce my words as perfect as you did, as so what's the word? Proper as you, I guess, in the correct form. Like we all say things differently. We all do things differently. So I don't know hip hop hooray. Oh, come on, like New Jersey, what was that? OPP, all this type of stuff over there. Like people was having fun, but Tretch was rapping his butt off. But also, you know what I mean? Hip hop hooray. They was on there rapping fat, but it's a dope, fun song. It put you in a summer mood when you hear that song. So it's just like, I don't know. That's what I don't know. I want people to pinpoint what they don't like about hip hop. I remember Ice T pointed out Soulja Boy, pointed him out. Soulja Boy can eat a dick. You remember that? Like, that's ruining the hip hop. That's ruining the culture. You know what I'm saying? But if I can go back in time, hold up, B, I'm gonna let you speak. My bad. But if I can go back in time and say, friends, how many of us have them? Friends, get that shit out of here. You know what I'm saying? B, it's so many songs back then I can murder, but I know we have to come from somewhere. We all have to start somewhere. But anyway, if you got something else to say, B, got. I just hate these type of talking points.
Literally, this is one thing I agree with DJ Head on from the bigger picture when I used to watch it. He says that what we have a problem in today's day and age is that a lot of the songs that we put on the radio aren't sticking for years to come. Like the last few songs that we had that actually stuck on radio that are in consistent rotation from the years before that aren't 2000 songs is stuff from the blog era. Outside of stuff from the blog era, some stuff maybe from the SoundCloud era, but a lot of stuff is not sticking to stay in that rotation to mix in with the older tracks that we have. And guess what, B? If everybody was a Kendrick Lamar and MF Doom, a lot of people wouldn't be listening to hip hop. I'm sorry. These are the minority.
You gotta have the mixture.
I like both of these artists. You have to.
You have to.
And obviously the fun tracks and the party tracks are going to overpower the super duper lyrical tracks. I don't get what the problem is with having fun, B. I'm not saying that's all we have to do, but hip hop is so huge and vast now that there's something for everybody. If you want a certain thing in hip hop to be more popular, support it. Share it. Literally, who has Nas been putting his hand or shoulders over talking about Kendrick Lamar is forcing out great art? Okay, who are the people under Kendrick Lamar that Kendrick Lamar is bringing out? Baby Keem? Who is Nas
Lefty
putting his
Gunplay?
hands or shoulders on? I'm not saying that these guys make horrible music, but okay, Nas, you saying that Kendrick is enforcing all this. Who are you now about to start like showing support and start shouting out? Besides Kendrick Lamar and the people that's coming up under Kendrick Lamar. I know a lot of people saying Dot era. This is the weakest era of music that we've had so far, B.
Yeah.
And he's completely dominating. He is dominating. But amongst what? After that whole Cold War, the Drake versus Kendrick beef, the landfill has been decimated. It looks like Fallout in hip hop right now.
And to me, Kendrick, I know we grew up in the era was a lot of artists out hot. Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole. I feel like them artists, like I feel like every generation you have a generational talent that I feel like they can play in every era. I think if you put Kendrick in any era, you put J. Cole in any era, you put Drake in any era, they can be who they are. They're gonna find their way. It's like the whole Michael Jordan, LeBron and playing the 80s, they were more physical. You put LeBron in the 80s, he's gonna be physical. He's gonna, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I feel like them type of guys, like the argument, I don't know if you was taking this argument, but I know you said the dot era, but you know, he succeeded in other eras as well. This is just his era because it's kind of bland right now. But I know people saying that Kendrick didn't dominate in the era where it was more artists. And I'm like, I feel like Kendrick's
I wasn't taking that.
Yeah. I've been seeing
that argument, but I agree with completely what you're going at.
Right. Yeah, I hate when people do that argument. I'm like, bro, he's a generational talent, bro. When you have people that just right there, Come on, you could put him in an era, he gonna dominate. That's how I feel about Kendrick Lamar, Drake, J. Cole. But I don't know. I just don't like these
I
type
agree.
of talks because I need names, I need albums, I need songs. Tell me these songs that's bad if I can pinpoint what is really bad. Because we all had bad songs that come out in every era. But what actually ruined hip hop? Because when I got on here last year and I said something really blasphemous, I don't know if a lot of people seen it now because I'm, I said Chief Keef did nothing but damage hip hop music.
Mhm.
Hey, that probably was wild because how much we love Chief Keef. But if you think about some of the context and how big drill came and how it touched so many people off that's not even in Chicago and affected a lot of people in our lives, and other people that listen to music and they embrace the drill, and they talk about the people that we lost mad lives to drill music. Bro, people kill niggas just so they can get to the studio and rap about it. They talk about the street, they talk about the people, brothers, the cousins, and who was next and that. And I don't like having this type of talking points because sometimes it's just like, but it's a part of hip hop, and it's some stuff we have to embrace. So when you want to say people are damaging the art, we need to pinpoint what it is, for we can know what we can fix, and if we can fix it, and if it's too late. Because I feel like to destroy the party, to let the party die, we have to destroy it completely and rebuild. When it comes to the culture of just black people, period, or hip hop culture, we have to restructure this joint. I mean, whole demolition, whatever you want to say. It needs to be gone. Point blank, fresh canvas, B. Other than that, we need to pinpoint what's the problem. And nobody want to do it. Stop being so discreet. Let us know, nigga. What's bad out here? So
Like
we
I
can
said,
know.
B, if Kendrick Lamar is the guiding North Star, and this isn't a knock on Kendrick, I just hate when people put all these high expectations on him to be this
Mm-hmm.
person that he's not even setting himself out to be. If he's the guiding star for quality music, B, what's all been following him?
Yeah. Yeah. And look,
Where's
and
where's
like
the
you
songs
said,
on
we
the
ain't even
charts,
trying to
B,
be.
that's following Luther?
We need to find inspiration. What is he inspiring?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to understand that people got to think about this. Kendrick was already a big star before this.
Mm-hmm.
He's a product of the environment, what he was built in the blog era. They was putting out dope stuff. But I'm saying we at the point where it's lost right now. And Kendrick is just doing what he was doing before. But some way the star has changed, bro. Playboy Cardi, nigga, is the North Star. If you talk about
He
like,
actually is.
if you think about where the kids is going, because it's still hip hop is youthful, bro. If you think about where the youth is going and where he got it, like they're not going that direction. It's just a few artists that's going in that direction of being like the rapidy rapper, Go
B,
B.
to help contribute to your point. I told you I
Mm-hmm.
was doing the ox battle thing with the youngins yesterday.
Right, right.
B, they were either playing Playboy Cardi babies or Young Thug babies. None of them played any lyrical music. None of them played anybody where I was like, oh, that's definitely someone inspired by a lyricist. No, B, rage beats, being melodic with auto tune. You goddamn right. Playboy Cardi is a North Star. I hate to say that. Young Thug and them are the North Star. God dang it, Atlanta is the North Star. Even though it's losing its way right now because it's looking crazy over there. Because we don't know where music is moving to and people are bored of the sound, yet it's premium rap caviar music. Those guys are still the leading North Star.
Yeah.
We might not even have a North Star to be for real now. It's looking
Yeah.
scattered.
That's true. Ain't got nothing else to say, B. I think we did some cooking this episode, bro.
I do this as well.
I think they ain't on,
Get the
if we
cooking
put this,
outside the episode.
hey, we put this clip out, they ain't gonna agree with us if they see it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, y'all not having these conversations. Let's be honest. Let's be real. I'm sick of this.
We love Kendrick.
We do,
Kendrick voted. I say top 5 all time for me.
and I'm not even mad if I know what Nas means, but at the same time, it's misdirected in a way, in my opinion, because you pick and choose a guy right now that is at the top. That's always been guided as like, whoa, he's the best hip hop artist out. But you also got to understand we gotta start with the youth. Cause no, they not listening to that. Hip hop is
Now
another
we
direction.
know Mr. Kendrick. We're not saying that for the people that's going. But if we being real, the youth, the first thing that they talking about playing, it's not gonna be some Kendrick Lamar.
Like we've been saying this since the beginning of the year. Our highly anticipated album of the year and waiting for it can't be Eclipse album for the drummer. It can't be it. That's scary times for a genre. If the guys that you're really heavy anticipating in hip hop is 52 and 48, and that someone's going to be 40, and other people you're looking for that's 40 years old to make the hits from Drake. Drake had the club hot. When Drake out, the women was out. Nigga, Drake is still here putting out music. We've been saying this nigga is not gone. We can't.
Never was.
Nigga,
put out a whole album this year.
A whole album and working on a new one and appealing a lawsuit. Like, out of here. We got to see. I don't even say we got to see it. We actually don't even see where it's headed in the oh no, matter of fact, I see where it's headed. I just don't see. I see the death. I'm gonna just say that because remember when Four and Don put out that video and Four was saying, I think it was just Four. He was saying the music, the Ray's music can be the new little baby for the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
We disagree with it how because it wasn't as acceptable. But I can agree with it now, not being at the level that it was, but it put me in a point where like hip hop is gonna be in a bad situation if that's the little baby, the rap caviar of the next generation. That means hip hop is gonna die down in popularity because I don't see that as accessible to just the normal listener, the average hip hop listener. So I don't know. That's it, B. I think we did it.
And that's it for the show, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a good episode, B. Y'all let us know what you think about that down in the comment section down below.
Yeah, man.
But B, you have any closing statements before we head out?
Shout out to my horns again. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
Big horns. But like I always say, keep music creative, bro. What, B? Keep music. Keep music creative, man. Continue to champion good music. And let's find the real North Star of hip hop right now. And we need to find out what's good and what's bad for hip hop as well, because the good and the bad made hip hop. Hip hop was birthed from the ugly. So, what you got, B?
Who do I want to tell to put the mic down? You know what? PLUTO, put the mic down until you really feel inspired to put out a song. Because I think a lot of the music on that album wasn't inspired. At least with the Sexy Red Hood Hottest Princess, I knew she went in there with something on her chest. Whether it be about twerking, taking someone's baby daddy from them, just being the hood, you know what.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was on Sexy Red's heart and her mind, and she just had to let that out on the mic. PLUTO, I don't feel like it's really in your heart. I don't feel the authenticity from that. And Mona Leo, you got some expectations from me because you could potentially come out with a better album than Meg and Lotto have in the last year. So I'm hoping it's good. That's my closing statement for Beyond Beats and Culture. My name is Chase the Dark Sage.
I'm T.
Peace.
Peace.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.